Hello everyone and welcome back to BodyTalk. Today we're going to talk about one of the most important topics in brain health, Alzheimer's disease. And more specifically, the warning signs that can appear up to 10 years before the disease becomes obvious. Now, this video is not about the fear, it's all about the knowledge and awareness. If you can recognize early signals, you can take action sooner. Adjust your lifestyle and discuss things with your doctor. If you're new here and you enjoy science-based video about health, medicine, and neuroscience, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you will never miss our weekly deep dive into human body. Alzheimer's disease is the most common cause of dementia worldwide. It's a neurodegenerative disorder, which means brain cells gradually get damaged and die. Over time, this leads to memory loss, confusion, difficulty with language, and change in behavior. It's important to understand the disease process starts decades before the first symptoms. Causes and mechanisms. Beta-amyloid plaques, sticky protein fragments that build up between nerve cells. Tau tangles, twist fibers of another protein that form inside neurons. Together, these changes block communication between brain cell and trigger inflammation. Eventually, neuron dies and brain regions, especially the hippocampus, the memory center, begin to shrink. Before we talk about early symptoms, let's take a moment to understand how the brain normally works. The brain has about 86 billion neurons, each connected through synapses. Messages are sent through electrical impulse and neurotransmitters. Healthy pathways allow memory, reasoning, emotions, and movements to function smoothly. When Alzheimer begins, plaques and tangles interfere with these neural highways. The hippocampus and internal cortex are affected first, regions crucial for forming and retrieving memories. Over time, disruptions spread to frontal lobes, the parietal lobes, and beyond. Think of it like a city. The roads are blocked and traffic lights break down, communication slows and eventually stops. This is where it gets really interesting and important. Research shows the brain changes start long before clear dementia appears. Here are the subtle signs. Cognitive subtle changes, frequent small memory lapses, forgetting appointments, misplacing items, trouble concentrating on complex tasks, difficulty planning or multitasking, repeating the same question on conversation, mood and personality shifts, early anxiety or depression without clear cause, irritability, withdrawal from social activity, reduced motivation or apathy. Sleep and biological rhythm changes, disrupted sleep cycle, feeling excessively sleepy during the day. Research shows poor sleep may accelerate amyloid buildup. Orientation and spatial skills, getting lost in familiar places, struggling to judge distance or directions. Difficulty recognizing familiar routes. Sensory and subtle body changes. Reduced sense of smell, often one of the earliest markers. Change in vision and depth perception. Sometimes even small shifts in balance or coordination. Remember, one single symptom doesn't mean Alzheimer's. What matters is a pattern over time. Risk factors and genetics. Unmodifiable like age, family history, genetic, and modifiable like diabetes, obesity, smoking, poor diet, lack of exercise, or social isolation. The takeaway? Your lifestyle today can influence your brain health in the future. Can Alzheimer be prevented? There's no guaranteed way, but evidence shows lifestyle makes a difference. Aerobic activity improves blood flow, reduce inflammation, and may reduce amyloid. The Mediterranean diet, rich in vegetables, berries, nuts, olive oil, and fish, is linked to lower risk. Deep sleep helps clear amyloid from the brain. Education and continuous mental stimulation build cognitive reserve, extra brain capacity to resist decline. Loneliness is a risk factor. Staying engaged protects the brain. Control blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes. So while genetics matter, lifestyle can make a big difference. Now, before we continue, let's take a closer look at something really important, the difference between short-term memory and long-term memory, and how Alzheimer's disease disrupts both. In short-term memory, sometimes called working memory, is like a mental notepad. It is the system that allows you to hold on to a small piece of information for a brief period of time, usually seconds to minutes. For example, when someone tells you a phone number and you repeat it to yourself just long enough to dial it, that's short-term memory. This type of memory relies heavily on prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus, which organize new information. In Alzheimer's disease, short-term memory is often first to decline. People may forget conversation that just happened. They may ask the same question multiple times because the brain is failing to encode that new information properly. This is why loved ones often notice Alzheimer's when someone can remember events from years ago, but not what they had for breakfast. Long-term memory is a storage system for information that lasts days, years, or even a lifetime. It includes different types. Episodic memory, your personal experiences like your wedding day, your first job. Semantic memory, general knowledge and facts, knowing that Paris is the capital of France. Procedural memories, like skills and habits, how to ride a bike, how to play piano. In the early stage of Alzheimer's, episodic memory suffers first. People forget recent life events. Semantic memory may remain intact longer, but eventually declines. They may struggle to find words or remember familiar facts. Procedural memory is often the last to be affected. A person may still remember how to play the piano even when the other memories are fading. Why this matters in Alzheimer's? The hippocampus, the brain's memory gateway, is one of the first regions damaged by plaques and tangles. Without a functioning hippocampus, new short-term memories can be transferred into long-term stage. This is why people with Alzheimer's can vividly recall their childhood but can't remember what happened yesterday. Think of short-term memory as the inbox on your desk. Long-term memory is the filing cabinet in the back office. In Alzheimer's, the problem starts when the clerk, the hippocampus, can't move papers from the inbox to filing cabinet. Over time, even the cabinet itself, the long-term storage, begins to fall apart. So when you hear family members say, she remembers her school days but not what she had for lunch, that's not a paradox. It's exactly how Alzheimer's damage memory system differently depending on whether they are short-term or long-term. So let's recap. Alzheimer's disease began silently, long before diagnosis. Early warning signs can appear 10 years earlier. Subtle memory lapses, mood changes, sleep problems, navigation difficulties, and even loss of smell. Science is developing new ways to detect Alzheimer's early. And while we can't control everything, healthy lifestyle choices today can reduce risk tomorrow. Thanks for spending this hour with me learning about one of the most important health topics of our time. If you found this video valuable, please like the video, share it with friends and family, and subscribe for more science-based health content. And now I'd love to hear from you. Did you recognize any of these subtle signs in yourself or someone you know? Should we make a follow-up video on how to strengthen memory pathways? Drop your thought in the comments below. Until next time, take care of your brain.